Episode 13. Wake up, Guardian. It's time to get to work. Or at least, get up slowly. I guess whenever I get up in the morning, I just kind of lay awake in bed for a little while before I get up. While our Guardian is doing exactly that, I guess I'll just proceed this episode with saying it's been a long time since I played. The entire first season has come and gone, with me not doing any of that stuff. Whatever would have been available as daily, weekly activities or whatever, for the first part of the Edge of Fate season. I guess they divide them into 2 parts now, each expansion, and they've released, as of 1 or 2 weeks ago, the Ash and Iron part of the expansion, the latter half, which I guess is leading into what they also teased, well, had extensive trailers for, the Star Wars season, Outlaws or something, coming in several weeks, months from now. But we're not here for any of that. I'm still working on this basic Edge of Fate campaign stuff. We finished the campaign, but I put it down right after I finished that to work on other things, and here I am, having to finish all of these things on Kepler that I just kind of left hanging. So yeah, get up. I like to imagine the Guardian made this space their temporary living quarters, a sort of camp to hang out in since there's no extra living space for anyone who isn't an Ionian. Not that that's canon or anything, I just like to imagine that. So the few things that I have to wrap up here from the base game are, I guess, 2 side quests, unless these are very long side quest chains, on top of this exotic mission. We'll start with the exotic mission. And speaking of exotic, since this is part of that new Ash and Iron second half of the expansion season, whatever it is, trying out this new weapon that they gave out. It's not too hard to slot it into my build, but we'll probably swap back after I figure out how it works. I'm not really a pulse rifle user, but this one is some kind of special ammo thing, so it might be interesting. Oh yeah, and speaking of, we can just become Matter Spark whenever, right? That was a thing. Before we get into this, wasn't there more upgrades to this? Well, I guess there is one more Ikora's task. Oh, no thanks. And what is this? Forging a Legend Part 2? All missions? What are you talking about? I did all this. Oh, there it is. It says only one more Ikora's task, but there were two side quests on the map. I guess we'll find out about this later. The main thing I wanted, though, was this. There's still one more upgrade for Matter Spark, isn't there? We got the upgrade that lets us do it whenever we want, but how can there be more? And on that note, there's more Rosetta? I'm not sure we even encountered anything that required Rosetta 3. But I guess there was. Or there must be somewhere. Let's just try to get through this now. Starting with... Wait. Why? Dean Rebecca. That's Lodi. And Ikora's quest is over here. So what the hell is this?
I tell my warlocks that light isn't a sparrow to ride. The secret is not to seek control, but to channel it. Light is, in all things, synecdoche to life. Three's choices and our actions led us to where we are now. I could surrender autonomy and credit fate for everything I am. Or I could reject it entirely. But that's just a knee-jerk reaction to discomfort, to fear. I am who I choose to be. If that makes me unhappy, I choose again. Let's see where fate leads us. And we'll channel it to where we need to go.
Okay, got it. It was a kind of postscript to the main story. Would have been nice if I had that in the episode where I actually beat the story. In fact, we had the one for Lodi, his little postscript, I guess, as part of the mission. They should have made that part of the mission, so you could hear Ikora's thoughts on that. It's just this optional thing, I guess. Alright, so let's get into this. Guardian Lodi greets you with a kind smile. I know the eye's a little weird, he says, pointing to his glowing left eye. I'm sure I'll get used to it. Mr. Drifter called it roguish, and then winked at me, so at least it doesn't freak folks out too much. Yeah, Drifter, we know what happens to him in the next season based on the trailer. Kind of a weird feeling, knowing story beats before they even happen, and experiencing this stuff that happens before that story beat. I feel like that happens a lot in Destiny whenever they tease story events and you're just kind of waiting for the ball to drop or something like that. Just kind of a weird feeling with developing a constantly developing story, whatever you would call it. Games as a service thing, I guess. He shakes his head with a chuckle. Anyways, I got something I think you might be interested in. Something the DEO was working on way back when. Dr. Davis, too. In fact, she was leading the charge. It was a weapon, really under wraps, as you can imagine. A singularity had been harnessed in a kind of... He rubs the back of his head, searching for the words. Sorry, I'm a linguistics guy. I'm not really read up on the science. The important thing is I can feel it, if that makes sense. Aluminum and cellulose snapping. I think it might have fallen through time like I did. Have a chat with the Emeritus in the Caldera. He and I have been working together. He can catch you up. Oh, and now we got Rosetta 3. It was part of this all along. These unlock search areas on our map, okay. Good to see you again, Anomaly Blessed Weapon. His tone is warm, but there's an air of sadness around him. This is a time that should be spent in quiet mourning, for our anomalies change. But today must be given to action instead. So the anomaly, when they call it that, do they mean 3 specifically of the 9? I just thought they meant like the singularity. But the singularity, that wasn't necessarily 3, right? That was like some result of 3's death, or the cause of 3's death, or it led to it. I'm not very clear on the details. But whatever 3 was, it was that huge thing, right? I guess you could call it an alien. It had tentacles and like a big orifice, or something like that. I'm actually not too sure because people didn't really talk about it when we saw it. Or at least if they did talk about it, then I'm not sure if they mentioned that it was a giant alien. Which is what I would have thought would be like the most salient thing. Like if somebody said, what, that's 3? Or something along those lines. If they did say something like that, then maybe I missed it, but whatever. Let's just move on. This is a time that should be spent in... No wait, I read that. The Sainted Linguist, voice of the Holy Anomaly, okay yeah, so that is 3 of the 9, gotcha, has felt the instability of time on Kepler. An instrument of great power has pierced our atmosphere. We have little information on the weapon, but it must not fall into the hands of those who would use it selfishly. As you know, the Vex have a vested interest in anything that bends time the way they do. Our search for this instrument begins now. We've tuned our resource location equipment to the frequency given off by the instrument. Use it to triangulate the location of anything that seems out of the ordinary. The Emeritus sends you coordinates that lead to a rocky ledge in the northern reaches of the outer steppes. You got it. So that's our search zone for Rosetta 3. This might be something else. Or something similar, like a introduction to how to use Rosetta 3. I guess the main quest missions are now just part of the open world. You can do them whenever you want. So let's try this on some random dude. It might just kill him before the effect takes place, but... yeah, it did. This thing is supposed to embed itself into the guys and... you explode it with a long press of the reload button. These guys are too weak to see that effect. What about this guy? Oh wait, I killed it before I even... damn. Reciprocal draws ready? Wait. I keep on pressing it. Weird. How does this work again? Yeah, you just press it after embedding the rounds. Has it always said reciprocal draws ready? It might have. But when I hold square, it seems like it does something. I guess that's just because I haven't embedded anything into the guys. Okay, well, there'll be plenty of beefy guys later on, I guess. Probably. We're going behind me. This way? Yeah. This way. Okay, yeah, it does mark it on the map. And I guess that's Ikora's mission. No, wait, that's the... that was a mission where everything was exploding, I think. So yeah, we're looking just around here. I think what they want us to do is just matter spark into this, right? Which we can now do whenever we want. Oh. Why is my jump button not working? It's on X. I mean, I guess I expect that, but, well, Have I been out of this game for so long that my memory of how to control this matter spark thing is completely out of whack? Because I'm pretty sure jump should be on the L1 button, but it's on X for some reason. Because when I'm out of matter spark, it is on jump, or it's on L1. That's what I set jump to. Why is this... has it always been like this? I can't... no, wait. When I started the game up, they said they changed vehicle controls, something about jumping and getting out of it. Is this... I guess this counts as a vehicle matter spark. Can I, like, change the vehicle controls? What about vehicles? Is that this? Yeah. Oh, that's... well, that would be why. I'm not sure if they changed the way matter spark works or not, if somehow they changed it to X where previously I was pressing L1. But maybe if they classified it as a vehicle to fit under this control scheme, it's now considered as using L1 for dodge left, which doesn't exist for matter spark. But I don't see a jump button here anyway. Whatever. I'll just figure it out later, I guess. For now, jump is on X for matter spark. So we're looking for what exactly? You. We want... die. Did he blow up? I think that did some extra damage, but oh damn it, he's just down there now. Here, get me up here. No, just let me stay up here. I need to take care of this guy somehow. Maybe that'll hit. Damn. I just need like a few seconds on this ledge here. Just give me a sec. I don't think that hit. I was trying to do that without dying. It doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to do this very cleanly. The Destiny experience. Sometimes things like this just kind of happen, and it's pretty annoying. I need this for the quest, you know. What a thing to come back to. That was my last grenade. There's no way I can jump down there. To do. You can try pelting him from up here. It's gonna be hard though, without knowing the exact positioning. Can we stand over here at least? Oh, we can, and we can see him, good. It's just kind of too far though. Oh, good. We got him. Thank God. What did that do though? Did he drop something we needed? I think he did. Okay, yeah, so that's how that works. Just some extra damage. I'm not getting what I need from this, am I? So what? I can't jump down there and grab that thing. Even if my body hits it, it doesn't count. Guess I gotta reload. I hope this counts. Seems to me like putting that enemy over there was kind of a bad idea, huh? I guess the idea is you can put them anywhere and they should have some kind of safeguard where if they fall off a ledge or something, it doesn't become a problem. But it seems like that safeguard didn't activate. Like maybe the enemy should have respawned up above or something like that. Now that I'm using this gun in my primary, I had to swap out my secondary here. For this one. This ridiculous pink gun I got from Trials. Well, it wasn't pink when I got it, it's just the color I made it. Alright, don't fall down this time, just stay right here. Did we get what we needed? Okay, no. We just needed to input something here. Fantastic. And now we find it, which is over there. Okay. Oh, my grapple wasn't ready. A lot of guys getting in my way. Don't blow up on me. Alright, I think we're here. This room, right? Where all of the, Yeah, I remember this room. Although it doesn't seem like we're going to this room, we're going beyond it. If you say so. Just gotta find another one of those guys, right? Objective says this way, so maybe not. Okay, yeah, so it's actually right here. Up here, okay. Didn't know this little crevice existed. Well, we can do this whenever we want now, so thank goodness. Oh, there's a third one. I'm glad this one at least teaches you with these lights on the wall, with this one right next to this pylon. So now we know we gotta search for a third one. Down there. Were these always here? No, I don't think so. What the hell is this thing? Just some detritus as far as I can tell. Is that maybe like... No, that's not Vex. Alright, to the caldera. When it comes to talking to NPCs, when it doesn't go into the screen that's about to go into, but the way it used to work, that it sometimes worked when talking to people like Ikora when they're voice acted. Some guns just kind of take up too much of the screen. Like the sidearms, depending on how big they are, they take up the entire right half of the screen, and it becomes annoying when you're trying to talk to someone. These ones, even though they're bigger guns, you hold them a different way, so it's just kind of nicer to have them instead. But yeah, with this screen it doesn't matter. The Anomaly Sainted's Department of External Observations appear to have worked very hard to conceal the nature of this instrument. He calls it a weapon, and rightly so, but appear to be only an errant singularity, has the capacity to tear apart the fabric of reality. In its current form it is mercifully inert, but if you are to report it, it must be stabilized carefully and without error. I will speak to the linguist of what this entails. In the meantime, perhaps this Rosetta device can assist you in your search. The Emeritus sends you coordinates that lead to a tunnel in the stellar sink. I think we're maybe going like all over this place for this mission. Probably like a rerun of all 4 areas. I should probably mark it on the map here. There we go. I'm actually not sure what this gun is. I didn't really look into the exotics before the expansion came out. Do they actually reveal that sort of thing before the expansion comes out? Well, they reveal a lot. They might not reveal every piece of equipment before it comes out. I'm sure a lot of that stuff gets data mined or whatever. I don't really pay attention too much to that sort of thing though. Not really in the whole scene of people picking apart the game bit by bit or whatever. Damn. This thing is pretty good at taking out these guys. So now we gotta find Rosetta. There it is. We're fluent, apparently. And next thing on the map is over there. Just down the hallway. I don't hate this pulse rifle. It just deposits a bunch of bombs, you explode them, and then you're done. It's really quick at DPS, I guess. Doesn't overstay its welcome. I didn't really notice until now that you can actually see all of those green little bombs sticking to them. It's fun. What's the secondary on this thing anyway? The secondary perk. Large number of rounds suspends them. I don't think we saw that because most of the enemies we've been attacking don't get suspended. Like the suspend effect triggers, but it only does the thing where it doesn't work on the guy for suspending, so it just does some kind of, what's the word? Constellation prize damage or something like that. At least I think that's what happens. I'm so glad I don't have to look for these things anymore. Honestly, I think the expansion would have been a lot more digestible if I never had to do that in the first place. But I'm no game designer, so who knows. I guess we're actually not going this way. Or are we? What? Hang on. We're near objective, it says. Thankfully there's no more timer on this either. Is it like right here? Die. Okay, I was pressing square to kill the thing, not activate this thing that I don't need anymore. Was this guy the objective? No? We're just looking for more detritus like last time, right? Probably in here. Unfortunately, we do have to still look for this thing. There is no upgrade that gives us permanent whatever this is. Wherever it is. Damn, do I have to like... I see. Okay, yeah. I have to bring it from the other area. I guess that's part of the game design, right? The challenge of having this thing on a timer and using the thing without that timer running out as you beeline it from one area to another. Unfortunately, it's not marked on the map, so I don't know where to find this thing. Where did I find it last time? I had to like use it to get in here. No, that's just the same hole. Oh, that's a portal. Weird. Did they open a bunch of those up because we beat the game? Or beat the main story? I think those used to be weird little holes in the wall that I didn't know what to do with, but I guess now we know. So we got 30 seconds with this thing. Is that enough time to actually get there? I don't think it is. This can't be right, right? Well, maybe? I guess so. Was that the right move? Like, this was the actual thing you had to do? Move that quickly? Oh, no. Right, had to do that. Well, we made it. This isn't the right area, is it? Why did I come here? Is there anything in here even? I went through so much trouble to find this place. There isn't even like a chest or whatever. Not one of those secrets. Well, what if I grab this? Is there anything around that we can toss it at? Normally we'd see the green glow even without holding this thing, so I guess not. I guess it's just to get out. What about this thing? Now we can't even jump up there, can we? Unless we can like ramp up or wait. Yeah, the super jump. How do I like do that on command? Right, I'm not pressing the jump button. It's X. Gotta remember. There it goes. Oh, I could have just gotten in without using... Okay. Well, this still doesn't solve the problem. we're looking for something just around here. It's not below. The map places it right here. Somehow inside the tunnel before we leave it. It's kind of through the tunnel, I think. There is no above. There can't be, like, some extra space above here. I don't think. Find the lost DEO weapon piece in this area, and it's a very small search area. It should be similar to what we found before. Oh. Okay, it was inside the tunnel. Gotcha. Well, now we know what we have to find. Thankfully, I did find this thing, so we don't have to worry about going back the entire way. Is that all this room is for? You could have brought in Mattermorph from somewhere else. Like I did to get in here in the first place. And talk to Lodi. My current light level is 150. To experience any of the stuff that's releasing this season, do I have to have, like, a lot of gear grinded out or something? I guess we might find out, but I'm really only playing, like, major story stuff, so hopefully none of that is going to be gated. Guess Lodi's still over here. Is this still a thing, by the way? Can you... Do you have to jump when doing that to make this actually useful? This ramp? I guess so. It's not that impressive, though. Lodi shakes his head, studying the pieces of the weapon you've collected. Well, I hope the DEO is happy with where this thing ended up, given how much they funneled into it from Uncle Sam's pocketbook. Turns out you don't need a functioning singularity to suck up a bunch of government funding. He hands the pieces back to you and forwards a set of coordinates that lead to the Augur's Bethel, deep in the House of Exile territory. Keep at it. We'll find the rest soon. I guess the exiles are still at it, even if the Archon is dead. And we are going to all 4 sections, I guess. Despite taking a long time with that last leg just now, I think we'll be on track to finish up this quest this episode. If these are the only steps, going to all 4 of these legs. I actually found out recently that a lot of the stuff that was in this campaign was foreshadowed in the Vespers host dungeon, I think, which I've only ever seen the beginning of because I only ever tried it solo, and it was kind of too impossible for me to solo, not with the way that I play the game. Can we use this as a shortcut? I guess so. I was hoping maybe that by the time that this expansion came out, soloing these previous dungeons that I could never do, experience the story of on my own, that it would be easier to do that with like power creep and stuff, right? Because when a new expansion comes out, you become more powerful or something, would be the expectation. But from what I heard, it made things actually harder to solo things with the way they changed weapons and armor and everything. And of course, Destiny never made things easier in the first place to redo old content. even when new content comes out, for whatever reason. Oh, we're already in the search area, I guess. Up above? Alright. Well, they're pointing me, like, directly towards it seems. Although, you're pointing me to a locked wall. I guess I have to do some work on my own. That's nothing. Even looking at the map, I'm not sure there's, like, anything I can discern here. Well, it gives us this search area, or something. But that doesn't really mean anything because it's pointing towards us where we have to go with the icon, right? The... whatever you call that thing, the marker. I guess I can just wander around until I find it. And I guess I'm not wandering in the direction of this thing. Wait, is there... hang on. No, I thought this cable might have connected to the door. It's just an empty cable. And then no obvious way to open this door as far as I can tell. We maybe gotta find it somewhere else? Way to open that door? This guy? This guy's just dropping this thing, that's all he's here for. Oh wait, you're pointing me over here. Okay, the marker was just leading me astray for some reason. And now we're going this way? Sometimes the marker works, sometimes it doesn't. That's kind of why I had so much trouble with the last leg, where it was pointing directly where I had to go. I was thinking that it was maybe like doing what it's doing now, or what it did now, where it only sort of points to where you have to go, and sometimes runs into a wall because of pathing issues or whatever. I know we've been in there before, but I don't remember how to get in there. This pipe? We're below the main area, I guess. There might not actually be a good way up from here. I know the way we entered this area was from, like, right here. So yeah, we gotta find our way back into that. However we got in there in the first place. And how did we do that? It might have been like something through here. This can't be it. There was some kind of entrance here. Where was it? Great. Only got one of them, I guess. Somehow. Yeah, the icon says to go here, I know, but... it should be like above us. How do you get up there? It's annoying that all these guys respawn. I just need to find this thing. This won't help me though. I don't think. Oh wait, there we go. Okay. Was this how we got in the first place? I don't remember this. It must have been though. Alright, we got it. I guess this is technically faster than running. Maybe? Our equipment has located the final piece of the weapon. I must attend to my duties aiding the rest of our community in mourning and study. You've done a great service to us, and to our beloved Kepler, by removing the threat this weapon would pose if left unchecked. When it is reborn, may the weapon of weapons serve you well. I see. We're the weapon, so the weapon of weapons. He gives you a small bow to excuse himself and departs. Okay, last leg. A little victory lap or something. Should be here, right? In the academy? This? No. Not this. Tell me again? Yeah, he located it, but where is it? It's not this, right? Has this always been here? But what mission is this? Well, it's not this mission. That's the Dean. It must be for the exotic, I guess. This last leg might be longer than the rest. What is this? This is a private match. And back in, I guess. I think I cut to black as I was messing around with that thing and started looking around, kind of confused. Turns out it's just over here in my quest inventory. This right here. Just gotta defeat the Vex or something. It better not be like a huge amount of Vex that I have to defeat. I am hoping to clear out this whole thing in one episode. This would be a pretty painful last step to do. Oh, we're getting a lot of them. Alright, is that enough? That's a lot of Vex data fragments we need. Okay, well I'm glad I did this first, because that means apparently we can just do some other things while we're forming these Vex data fragments. Today's not going to be the day we get the exotic weapon. We're going to start with the other things we have to round up. I guess with Dean, Rebecca, and then... yeah. Then Ikora. Do I want to keep those? They are specialist, which I do want. And they give more grenade, which helps with my grapple. Okay. We'll keep that on hand in case I ever need to switch over to seasonal gear or whatever it's called, but I haven't had to do it yet. Upgrade. No, wait, we're fine. Although her voice is steady, the Dean's posture is tense. She kinda twitched just there, so yeah, she is kinda tense, I guess. She begins. You have done a great deed for us. I regret I must ask for another. Orn has sent news we can't ignore. The way to the Holy Anomaly is open, and the Vex have entered. Follow them, Anomaly Blessed. Do what needs doing. The Dean lifts her hands as if in blessing. May your insight be acute, and your judgment lucid. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's the Vex. I mean, I'm not glad that the Vex are attacking. I'm glad this mission is to attack the Vex, because that's what we need right now. The raid? The raid? You're making this part of the quest? Okay, when they said, into the anomaly, I see. Yeah, that's what they meant. Well, we're not doing the raid. I can't do the raid solo. Unless they add in some kind of explore mode for raids like they did with dungeons, there's no way I'm recording videos on that. I guess Ikora here won't have any quest for me to do the raid, huh? Or anything like that. This might be the last place where we get the final Matter Spark upgrade. I can't imagine where else. Unless it's like some kind of raid upgrade. Do you have to use Matter Spark in the raid? That'd be weird. It was this way, right? Yeah. I'm surprised they put the raid behind like a quest. Don't think they ever had that before. It just amplifies the feeling that I'm not experiencing all of the story if they give me the start of a quest that I can't finish. Obviously there's story inside the raid that I would never experience if I never do it. And obviously, the big finale to the entire Light and Dark saga was done in a raid, even though they did the finale to that finale outside of the raid, which was kind of weird. Point is, I'm missing out on a lot of story in raids that I don't want extra salt rubbed in the wound for, here in the single player portion.
This briefcase is from where I worked. Must have been pulled in with me.
Something nearby reads similarly to the singularity on Kepler. Not enough to threaten the planetoid, but enough to warrant intervention. Guardian, we need to find each one and eliminate it.
Okay. It's an Ikora side quest, but I guess Lodi's part of it.
I didn't know this tech existed prior to the Golden Age.
Good.
You got us, briefcase.
What was intended to be forgotten was.
You got us twice.
Lodi, can you tell me more about where you both worked?
I can. We were well acquainted. Warming up to pals. The organization we worked for, the Department of External Observations, I was a linguist specializing in alien translation. Your predecessor was a mathematician. The department's goal was to make friends with whoever was out there. Take humanity to the stars. Her math was going to get us there. Looks like a lot of objects fell through with me. Found a nameplate from my desk. Agent Louis Yarrow.
Lodi was a chosen name?
I was born in Lodi, Wisconsin. Got the nickname during my bachelor's and never had the heart to tell people to stop.
Wisconsin. Was it beautiful there?
It was beautiful because it was Wisconsin.
Never been to Wisconsin. Can't comment on that. Why are you putting all of these in your briefcase? Thought it'd be something else other than these, but it's just
Lodi.
all axion bolts in briefcases all the way down.
Was a mathematician. Seems she and I shared interests. What did she work on?
Officially aeronautics, unofficially what we called Project Graviton. Our scientists discovered technology that allowed us to punch small holes through space-time.
She sounds like someone I'd like to know. Or maybe already do.
The only thing keeping us from turning to spaghetti was her math. She was incredible.
Graviton, huh? The only usage of that term I know of is from Graviton Lance, the weapon. Was that part of Ikora lore all along? I don't remember the lore of every gun, especially the guns that I never used. Did anyone use Graviton Lance that much? It must have been someone, right? Damn. Didn't quite make the jump. Can we exit out this way? We cannot. Well, I'm glad there's no more timer on this thing. I would like it if jump was on L1. I'll figure that out in between episodes, so I won't. I'm glad I turned around. Should be around here. Where is that briefcase? We're kind of right on top of it. Like right here. Kind of exactly right here. This marker even agrees. Okay, maybe this is one of the markers that isn't exactly where we need to be. Yep, there it is.
Let's nip it in the bud before it turns into a wormhole.
Die. Die. This is no more effective than my usual gun. I just kinda hate these things. I'm more liable to kill myself using this thing, though.
Lewis, we've been friends in 2 lifetimes.
And both times,
Oh no.
I had to bend over backwards for you to take me seriously.
The splash damage didn't
I'm
help
not
out
that
there.
judgmental.
You thought I was made by robots.
Alright, can't use that gun. We already opened that, and I guess the last one should be over here. Feels like we've explored this entire facility, so I'm hoping it's the last one. Well, we haven't opened that yet. We'll take the upgrade. The new mini half of the expansion, the latter half, the Rise of Ivan, or Ash and Ivan thing, also gave out that new... not this way. Gave out the new, what's the word? Ornament? Ornament. For that gun I was just looking at. I kind of like it. I don't hate it. I kind of like it more than the one that I already had on though, so... I had the bright dust, so I got it. Which way is this thing? Guess I gotta look at the map. This way. And give me that icon. Okay, there we go. This door, which was kind of hidden on an upper ledge. Just gonna assume I need these. Is there like a quicker way through this now? I don't think so. these guys want the briefcase too? They can have it. Let them get exploded by the Gravitons for once. The Axion bolts, whatever. A lot of guys here. A lot of guys.
It's Ares 1. This was the ship that first met the Traveler on Mars. It must have slipped through time too.
The what now?
Lodi. This was the ship that enabled first contact.
Wait. This ship made first contact? When?
Ares 1 greeting the Traveler was the beginning of the Golden Age. It must have been after your time.
The naming pattern follows how the department named all our test vessels. Are you telling me we actually did it? We made first contact? Holy cats, we did it! Yes! We made first contact!
What were they saying? The Ares 1? The ships just kind of drifted through time? Oh wait, were they saying... Okay. I guess the timeline was Lodi disappeared from his own time. Where are we going? Over here, I guess. Yeah, Lodi disappeared from his own time. And then the DEO kept on going on, just without him, obviously. And then, the Ares 1 made first contact, and all of the events of Destiny happened, basically. Is this right? Is this just for cover? I never knew this was like a thing. Weird. It's not very good cover. What exactly am I looking for? I mean, I know I'm looking for the briefcase, but where is it? Well, last time the icon wasn't directly over it. So it should just be around. And where exactly is that Ares 1 ship they were talking about? That drifted through time or whatever. I guess if they were talking about it, the briefcase should be right next to the ship. But I didn't quite catch, like, why they were talking about it, because... Oh wait, here it is. Where's the rest of the ship? Well, I guess it's just, like, scattered around here. But we're looking for that. The icon is directly over this section right here. But the briefcase is... nowhere to be seen. A lot of this in Destiny 2. Just kind of stumbling around. Where is it? The thing is, I should be looking in other places, but I can't rule out the possibility that I just missed it in the places I've already been in. It's just pointing right there. It should be an obvious red briefcase. We're standing right on top of the icon. It wouldn't be behind here. It should just be somewhere out in the open. A place where Axion bolts can spawn in. Whatever that means. Well, this is too far from the icon. They wouldn't put it way over here. Am I really gonna have to look this up? I might. Especially if these guys are gonna keep on spawning in. This is... Unfortunate. I would load back in, but last time I did that it was just something that I was missing. So I'm pretty sure I'm just missing it here. It's not that it just like didn't spawn in or whatever. Oh, we're scanning this? This was what we were doing? Really? That was the quest? Really? Okay, fine.
Hold that victory lap. I'm picking up a VEC signal headed toward us.
Unbelievable.
Guardian, protect that history.
I know it's what we were talking about. The Ares 1 stuff. But this entire time we were looking for briefcases.
Naturally. I'm good at my work.
They didn't say scan the Ares 1 fragment.
Know about her, but she deserves to be known. What was she like?
She was amazing. Loyal to a fault once she decided she liked you. Warmed up to me when I got logistics to import the nice chalk from Japan. Smart as all hell, too. Everyone turned to her for help. Before I was abducted, she was doing proofs for a gun that could fire tears in space-time.
Lodi. I know that gun.
Must be Graviton Lance, I guess. Was that the end of the quest? It might have been. Yeah, give me that, and I guess that's not an upgrade. Just to be sure. Okay, that's it for the quest, which just means we only have this remaining. We're not doing this quest since that's the raid. Can't do that. So I guess we'll just wrap up this quest in the next episode. And that'll be it for Kepler. I guess the next episode will be wrapping up the exotic quest on top of doing whatever story might be in Ash and Iron. There might not even be story here. I don't know how this works. Maybe I'll have to do some research or something before we get into it. We'll see. Let's just retire over here. Back in the same place we started. Now, I'm not sure how much more content there is going to be for me to record in these episodes, but I'm not exactly holding my breath for content here. We'll just play it by ear and see whatever might be interesting to record from a story perspective. Maybe whatever introductory missions might be for this reclaiming Earth in the Ash and Iron thing. I'm sure there's some story there. But we'll see. Now would be a good time to take a break.